I'll give you an inside look at what hiring managers are looking for, exactly how to answer interview questions, and some tips to help you easily snag a MLO job. But before you can snag a job offer from a top employer, you need to make a great impression on your first interview. Not only am I a full-time mortgage loan officer, but I've also served as a hiring manager and a branch manager. So I'm well versed in what it takes to make a good impression and to have a great interview and to get hired. I was the person on the other side of the table interviewing you. So in this video, I'll give you an inside look at what hiring managers are looking for, exactly how to answer interview questions, and some tips to help you easily snag a MLO job. Hey honeybees, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is CIARA and I make videos about finance and lifestyle. I'm a full-time mortgage loan officer and I have helped thousands of people to buy homes and build wealth. So I take everything I know and I share it with you in hopes you will build wealth also. Okay, so these are some questions that you might get in a job interview, and this is exactly how to answer them. So the first question is why? Why do you want to be a mortgage loan officer? This is also a common interview question for pretty much any job. So with your answer, you want to touch on these things. Really try to hone in and focus on the value that you can specifically bring to that particular bank or mortgage company. Emphasize how you're a value to both the bank and its customers. You definitely want to talk about your skill set and that you have the right skills, including but not limited to communication skills, empathy, resilience, sense for detail, understanding other people's needs and wants, and understanding for the financial terminology and the banking business, etc. In a nutshell, you want to focus on what value you bring. When they're asking you this question about why do you want to be a loan officer, make it unique to you. That way you can ensure that it's not necessarily a right or a wrong answer, but it's specific to you and it's going to be unique and it's not going to be like anyone else's answers, and that will blow them away. Next question, why our bank or mortgage company? Why not apply or want to be with one of our competitors? So for this, you want to tell them something nice and something that they will enjoy listening to. For example, you can praise them for the selection of loans they offer, or maybe they have better, lower interest rates than the competitor, or maybe they just have really great customer service, which you want to deliver, or you can talk about their reputation, working environment, work culture, and the list goes on. Just talk about the reasons, essentially why you want to work for this specific company and what sets them apart from others. Here's another popular one that can be asked in different ways. Tell us more about your studies and your work experience. So with this question, the key is you want to talk about relevant things, subjects that you've taken in school that will help you do this job well, or any jobs you've held in customer service, sales, or in finance. And with that, tell them how your studies prepared you for the job of a loan officer and what that all entails, and show and tell them that you're confident and you believe in your skills. If you're able to exude this and believe in yourself, chances are they will too. Okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years? With this answer, I would first do some research on the bank or the mortgage company and find out if they have a program that allows you upward mobility. So knowing that and knowing that you're going to kill it at being a loan officer, estimate about where you'll be in 5 years, 10 years, based on that trajectory that they have mapped out for their entry-level loan officers. Definitely don't forget to mention that you would like to grow with their company and stay with their company long-term. Talk about how you would like to build your reputation with that company and grow with the company. So definitely keep an eye out for, what their promotion policy is, what their trajectory is, what their upward mobility is, so that you can lean on that for this question. I know you guys will recognize this one. Describe a situation where you reached your goal and how you achieved it. So many banks employ a cogent system of monthly and yearly targets for loan officers and for other employees. Now pay attention because this answer is key. This is where you want to show them that you are accustomed to setting goals and achieving them. Simply describe a situation, and it can be from work or from school or just in life. Tell them about your struggles and you understanding the importance of achieving a goal. And then go into talking about the milestones that you set and the steps you took to achieve it. A perfect example in this sense would be, especially if you've worked in the mortgage industry or in finance or in banking, you can talk about a very real situation that you were able to overcome and hit a goal and gain success, and they will eat it up. Okay, this question How would you deal with angry customers? So here's the thing. People are going to get mad at you when you reject their loan application, when something doesn't close on time, anything that doesn't go according to plan or their liking. Usually the loan officer gets blamed for it. And they may even shout at you, call you names, or something even worse. I've had realtors that cursed me out on the phone, borrowers that got snappy with me, just different people in the process that had a really horrible attitude, and they kind of talk to you like crap. So with this answer, you want to ensure that you're ready to face complaint and that you're not going to change your decision about a loan just because a customer is unhappy. Unfortunately, that's the name of the game with this job. As much as you want to do for people and approve them, you just can't approve everyone. And while the borrower may not even get mad at you, it is mentally draining because you feel like you've let someone down. But remember and express to them that the customer is not always right. While you should definitely do your best to try to remain cordial and develop a good rapport no matter how bad they're treating you, in this business you really can't afford approving a loan that doesn't meet the requirements. It's going to backfire on so many levels in so many ways, so you have to just be strong and know that you gave your best shot. Give that borrower tips for how they can get approved next time, and the managers will love this answer because it shows you're not afraid of confrontation. You can meet it head on and still be professional and courteous and responsible. Now this question, I love this question, and it's actually very relevant to what's going on in the market right now. So that question is, how would you bring in business when the market is dry? Basically put, employers want a loan officer that can produce no matter what the market is doing and can still bring in business even when things are slow. Just let employers know that you can think outside of the box to attract new clients with a range of ideas. If you don't listen to any other advice I give you, definitely make sure that you have an answer for this prepared. I would even come up with some specific examples of things you can do. So for example, me, when I was first a loan officer, it was obviously hard building up my pipeline, and it took some time for me really to get in a groove. But what I had to do was learn how to ride the wave, learn how to produce even when the market is slow. Because if you don't produce, then you don't make money, you don't eat, you don't live. So you're really gonna have to be creative. What I did was I tapped into what I'm good at, and that was YouTube and social media. I tapped into that to help draw a new business for my company. And so just think of different ways. It doesn't have to be social media. And honestly, social media is so, everyone does it now. So that may not be something to make you stand out per se, but just think of what will make you stand out and what will show them that you're creative and forward thinking and you can problem solve and bring in clients no matter what the market is doing. So for example, you could say something like, well, if the market's dry, I would look at my existing clients for a new upsell, cross-sell with a realtor, team up with them. You can do open houses, take out ads, people do billboards, benches, all kind of things. Okay, so what are 3 things that you think a good loan officer should have? So to make sure that applicants truly understand the requirements of a job, employers may ask you what you think is necessary to be successful in that role. When answering, make sure to reference the skills that are in the actual job description to show employers that you're a great match for the role. And here's one that you have no doubt gotten in any kind of interview, and that is, what sets you apart from other loan officers? Why should we hire you in particular? With this answer, you want to be honest and compelling. You'll want to share a quality or experience that you alone possess that the other candidates won't bring to the table. Really explain what makes you a rare candidate. So for example, if I was applying with Joe Schmo Mortgage Lending Company, I would tell them that something that sets me apart is the fact that I have a scientific and a business background, and I can use this to relate closely to my customers in niche markets. So I can find a really unique way to bond with and gain rapport and trust of clients by sharing common cultural values, social cues, work or life experiences. So for example, you could say something like, other loan officers struggle to meet their deadlines. With strong organization and time management skills, I've never missed a deadline and I've always gotten loans turned around on time. Now that's a big one. For sure, they're going to want to know that you are a planner and can adhere to deadlines. That's one of the most important things in this job. I rarely hear or heard any interviewers give that answer. Give that one and you might blow them away. Just some other questions that you can mull on that you may or may not get asked. How do you imagine a typical day in work? Tell us how you ensure that you make no mistakes in your work. How do you deal with rejection? How do you feel about rejecting the loan of someone that you really like? Tell us more about your experience with underwriting software. How would you recognize an applicant is telling the truth to you? So for example, about their financial situation. What do you consider your greatest weakness as a loan officer? Why'd you leave your last job? Why are you wanting to leave your current job? See this pin on my desk, or insert other object? Here, try to sell it to me. Why should we hire you and not one of the other applicants? So those are just some more questions that you can mull on and have some food for thought, or they may incorporate some of the same answers as the questions I presented, but just it's asked in a different way. So be prepared to cover the topics that I've presented in this video and know how to adapt that to the different ways or questions that they may ask, literally the same thing. I certainly hope that was helpful for you guys. If it was, please give me a big thumbs up and comment down below to let me know it helped you. I will be doing a follow-up video over on my Patreon. I'm going to go over some interview do's and don'ts when you are interviewing to become a loan officer. So if you're not already, make sure to join my Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/CIARA ELAINE and join there. And don't forget to subscribe so you can be a part of the Honeybee fam. Hit the bell button so you get notified when I upload. I respond to comments in the first 24 hours of uploading a video. So if you have a burning question or comment, make sure you have that bell button clicked so you know exactly when I upload and you can get it right in there when I go live. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you to the bank and back, and I'll see you in my next video.